Starting with the basics, fault code reading. On the fault code reading side, remember that we do handle proprietary information directly from the manufacturer. We don't have generic codes. This is specific for the brand and the model. As you can see, we have EGR solenoid valve P0404. This is an operation failure. If I want to take a look at this high priority fault code, I can see some possible causes and possible effects on my system. Some of the possible causes, we have an EGR valve position that has a deviation bigger than 15%. That's not the way the parameters should be set in these EGR valves, so maybe we must need a calibration. Possible effects, injection limitation, EGR recirculation deactivated, or the cruise control cannot be activated as well. We have a series of step-by-step guides to try to service and try to check to provide the maintenance needed and do some procedures, right, as follows. I'm not going to deep dive into this with much detail. I just want to show we do have plenty of service manuals and operations that we can do with the software to be able to troubleshoot some of these diagnostic fault codes that we're getting on our system, right? I can also get live measurements and monitoring. If I click these functions, I will have the ability to run a functionality for a system display. In this case, the fuel system. It's basically the common rail, the injectors. I can see coolant temperature, pressures on the injection timing rail, on the fuel pressure regulator, so some mass airflows and combustion flows, the position and percentage of the accelerator pedal. We can see the fuel temperature as well. Really quick, we can even do manual selection of measurements. I can see this Isuzu engine comes back with 88 sensors and components connected to my main control unit. If I want to see temperature sensors on the fuel, coolant, intake air, or let's just call it exhaust temperature sensors, I can click these little gadgets and I'll be able to read specific ranges of operating temperatures for all of these sensors and components. All these are specified and standard by the manufacturer. If we get any wrong measurements out of range, we'll get system alerts or triggers to let us know we should take action into that. Maybe replace a component or just do a calibration or run a system check. I can even graph. I can set a time lapse 3 to 5 minutes to perform any road test or at idle, so I can see if any fault is being generated while using the equipment. So as you can see, we have the electrical wiring diagram schematics for this 6HK1 configuration for the ECM on the engine model side. As you can see, we've got a list of components that are connected to our main management system, right? In this case, the CA1. We can double click right here. We're gonna be able to see the references, right? We can see the power supply voltages, the pinouts, and every component that is connected to the main control unit, right? Troubleshooting by symptoms as well. We have a large list of troubleshooting by symptoms guide, in which we are going to have the ability to access to step-by-step guides to provide maintenance and any correction for possible issues our engine might be experiencing, such as checking the engine startup system, check the performance of the starter motor or the coolant fluid engine in the oil, excessive consumption of engine oil or low engine compression, right? Basically, we can access to these technical guides and troubleshooting steps. As you can see, step number 1, check fault codes related to this issue. Should check and adjust valve clearances, the sealing of cylinder heads, springs, seat stabilizers, piston rings, and shaft and fuel filters, right? So this will vary regardless of the model.
If you have any questions, just get in touch with us here at Mechnician. You can reach us 888-64-2240 or www.mechnician.com. Thank you very much.